Hello again, the Stature Renegade here. I'm glad you're back with me on the third day of the 30-day creator challenge. And today I want to talk to you about the 5 mistakes that I made on my self-improvement and fitness journey. There's definitely more than 5 mistakes that I made, but I selected 5. And if you hang around until the end of this video, I'll give you one bonus mistake that I made and that I no longer make. So I had something recorded for you on my 12.5 mile run, and I hope you like it. It's something a little bit different. Let me know in the comment below if you like this kind of video. I'm still kind of testing it out. It's only day 3. So let me know if this is something you like. It's a little bit different from the other 2 videos that I've posted. So yeah, let's see. Let's try something different today, okay? See you there.
The 5 mistakes I made in my fitness journey. Mistake number 1 is not having a plan. You have no idea how many times I showed up to the gym, I showed up running, and I didn't have a plan. So naturally, I end up doing what comes easy to me. And that is not exactly good for progression. And during training, you want to have good progression. So having a plan is definitely something that's going to help you take out that one step of thinking, right? Where you already know what you want to do. You're ready. By the time you get there, you can get to work and get out of there. By making a plan, there's various things you need to do. Make sure you know the music you're going to play. Make sure that is already taken care of before you get to the gym. Make sure you know what workout you're going to do. Make sure you know how many sets, how many reps. Make sure you're tracking it from last time. That's all part of having a plan. And that will help you so much in terms of your journey in improving and getting better at what you're doing. So that one mistake, not doing that early enough, cost me a lot. And so mistake number 1 is not having a plan. Mistake number 2, keeping up with the Joneses. Let me explain. So oftentimes I found myself in the gym lifting a certain amount of weight, and it seems like, oh wow, I'm not lifting enough weight. We're gonna cross over here. I'm not lifting enough weight. So why do I feel like I'm not lifting enough weight? Because I'm looking at people around me. And that's the same thing that happens when you're running. Is because the person next to you is running fast, you feel the need to run just as fast. But you're not there. Take your time. Your own journey. That's what they say. It's a marathon, not a race. You're not chasing anybody. So keeping up with the Joneses, all it's gonna do is keep you slow. That really did to me. It's keep me slow because then I'm getting out of my plan to adapt to someone else's plan or their lack of plan. So mistake number 2 is keeping up with the Joneses. Do your own thing. Stick to your plan and you'll be just fine. Eventually you get faster, eventually you get stronger, but just stick with the plan and don't keep up with the Joneses. Be a renegade. Mistake number 3, not giving yourself enough time to recover. You have no idea how many times, especially athletes, even people that have been doing this for a long time, where you feel the itch to go out there. But what people don't realize is that you need just as much time to recover as you do to work out. Because the adaptation happens while you're recovering, not while you're working out. So when you work out, the stimulation happens, and then adaptation happens while you're recovering. So remember, recovery is very important. Mistake number 3, not giving yourself enough time to recover. We're about 6.65 miles right now, and it's a 12.5 mile run. So I have about 6 miles more to go. And so far we've talked about mistake number 1, not having a plan. Number 2, keeping up with the Joneses. And number 3, not giving yourself enough time to recover. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you mistake number 4 and number 5. And maybe I'll give you a bonus mistake. We'll see. See you there. Mistake number 4. And this is a controversial one. And nutrition. Well, that's something that most people don't pay attention to. They don't realize just how important nutrition is, especially when you're training. Because think of it like fuel. It's gas that's in your car. You wouldn't drive your car without gas, right? So nutrition is the same way. So if you don't dial in your nutrition, you're not going to see as much progress as you could see, because your body's just not fueled enough. If you're trying to lose muscle, if you're trying to build muscle, you need enough protein to build muscle. Otherwise, you're not going to build muscle. If you want to lose weight, you need to regulate how much you're taking in. A 12.5 mile run like this at a slow pace, and right now we're doing it at a slow pace because it's a long run, actually I burn as much calories as a slice of pizza, which means if I was to go eat a slice of pizza, all this work will be gone. So yeah, mistake number 4, nutrition. All right, mistake number 5, we're gonna try this real quick. It's getting a little windy out here, so you might not be able to hear me. Mistake number 5, being too hard on yourself. You have to remember that as much as it's good to push, when you think you hit your limit and try to be 1% better, you always have to know that it's not gonna be perfect. This journey is not linear. You are gonna fall. But the most important thing is getting back up. So you cannot be hard on yourself. You know? When you feel like you failed, it's okay. Take that L, get up, show back up again tomorrow, and keep consistency.
Well, you're back here. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So since you're here, I'm going to give you the bonus mistake that I made. And I made it for years. And it took me getting hurt to learn from this one. That is not stretching. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stretch this enough. Anyways, not stretching after your workout. Oh, stretching at the wrong time. But not stretching is one of the biggest mistakes I made. And you don't realize, especially when you do strength training, you don't realize just how tight your muscles get. Even when you're running, using those muscles repeatedly, you have your arms bent and all that. Those muscles tend to shorten. And if you don't stretch properly on the muscles that you keep impacting a lot again and again, eventually that leads to injury. When you're younger, you can get away with it. But as you get older, you start to realize just how important stretching is and how important mobility and flexibility is in terms of you progressing on your journey. And let me just say, the reason why I made this list is to show you in a tangible way what self-improvement can be. In this case, I use example from fitness, running specifically, but this could be anything. This could be anything, and those same principles will apply. The reason why I use fitness once again is because I think that a lot of things that happen in fitness, and anybody who's been in the weight room knows this, a lot of those things can be translated into real life. At least for me, that's what's happened. And I hope that you learned something. And if you think that this is something that helped you, or is something that you know somebody it can help, please leave a comment below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to have plenty more videos like this. I'm trying to build a community of us, and from there we can grow together. I'm growing as well, and I hope you really enjoy this video. It's something different than what I've done before, and I'm excited to see you here again tomorrow. What is it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be?